Hello, eighth graders. Miss Sorensen here, and I get to explain to you the directions for the illustrated quote assignment, which is going to be published in two places in your ELA notebook, and you are going to be turning it in to Google Classroom for your teacher to give you some feedback. So remember that when you're finished with your work today, that you want to make a copy of this and put it in your notebook, your ELA notebook, but also you want to turn it into Google Classroom for your teacher to give you some feedback. Okay, materials. This is what you're going to need. You will need your independent reading book. You'll need some paper, colored pencils, pens, crayons, markers, whatever you prefer to do your illustration with. And you will need eventually your ELA Reader's Profile notebook. That's where you're going to put a copy of this on a slide. You'll need your imagination and some reflection skills today as well. So today you're going to find a quote that captures your deep thinking in your book. So you're going to look for a quote about something that is relating to your understanding of the book's character, the book's conflict, theme, or perspective. We remember that these are the ways that we can make the most significant meaning of our text by zoning in on these areas. So our learning target has been that we should be able to find a significant idea and grow that idea and evolve it based on new evidence to deepen our understanding of our text. And so, keeping that learning target in mind, you are going to want to find a quote that makes you think vividly about a character, a problem, or topic in the book. And that way, you won't have any difficulty writing about how it is meaningful. Next, you are going to record your quote on a sheet of paper. Find that quote and make sure you accurately write it down and that there's no typos or omitted words. And then again, ask yourself, is my quote related to the character, conflict, theme, or perspective of the book? Because that is going to help you create the most meaning. Next, you are going to record this on your sheet of paper. So your paper is going to have a variety of things on it, including the quote. It also is going to have the title of your book, the author, and then you're going to write a 3 to 5 sentence explanation of why this quote is powerful and how it reveals deep meaning. I'm going to emphasize this again. This is what's going to be in your paragraph, and it's why the quote is powerful and how it creates deep meaning for you as the reader. That's what your topic is to write about. Finally, how do you write about it? Remember to use the writing process. Begin with brainstorming first. That will cure your writer's block. So just make a list of what you want to say about that quote and how it creates deep meaning. And then draft a list, put it in the order that makes the most sense, and then try writing some sentences to blend it all together in a paragraph that explains. So the written explanation should be put somewhere on your illustrated quote. So that means that it should be on the front side where we can see it, and it should be legible and clear. Please check for spelling and punctuation errors. Those are very distracting to readers and could pull away from the overall meaning of your illustrated quote. Lastly, I want you to add some creative techniques. You can put in symbols, color, images, shading, drawings, sketches, anything else. Just be creative. Finally, once you're proud of your product and you have finished, you are going to take a photo of your illustration. Then I want you to place this photo in your ELA notebook. You're going to go to around slide 30 where the reader's response area is. You will paste this photo into your notebook so you have evidence of it. Make sure to add a title and date it in case we need to find it. So illustrated quote and then today's date. Finally, I want you to go to Google Classroom. Your teacher has created an assignment for this task. You're going to attach in week 6, that's where the assignment is posted, your assignment, your illustrated quote, and attach the image so your teacher can open it up and look at it. You will turn in the assignment. Here's the criteria we are using for grading. A 1 means that your quote was too broad and it didn't communicate anything meaningful. It had an incomplete illustration and there was no explanation. It's an incomplete. Number 2, the quote captures relevant information and it is a meaningful quote. It reflects or is somehow related to your character, conflict, theme, or perspective, and it has a connective illustration. The paragraph briefly explains your understanding. 3, the quote is complex and it's captured and clearly explained. There are 2 or more creative techniques applied to the illustration, and the image makes sense with the quote. Finally, 4, and I apologize if you can't see this, it's a complex quote that is captured and clearly explained with textual details connected to various parts in the plot. So, in other words, you can explain how this quote relates to other parts in the story. And you also have used 3 or more creative techniques to add a captivating and interesting illustration to accompany your explanation and quote. Please reach out to us, any of your teachers, if you need help with this assignment. We are available through email or Google Hangout to answer any questions. Good luck, and we're excited to see your illustrations.